friends, Om Swastiastu. I also want to express my deep gratitude to Almighty God, Ida Sang Hyang Dewasa, for all here because His protection. And then my honorable lecturer, Mr. Wijaya, and my beloved friends. Today, I want to share about the Phising in Indonesia. Before I talk too much about phising, let we discuss about what is phising. What is phising? So phising is an electronic crime in the form of the fraud, and then it can be fraud via link, telephone, or emails. So the number of phising in Indonesia, according to existing data, has reached 34,620. This was stated by head of Indonesian domain name management Yudo Giri Sucahi. Because we are have known what is phising, and then let me share why phising is very dangerous. For the first, if you have been exposed to phishing scam, it's very likely that this phishing actor can access your data, and then that can because you lost your money in your bank account. And then that can be trouble because our privacy data is already known because this phishing actor. And then the most important thing is we can lose our data privacy because this phishing, this is the same like a data breaks, but more detrimental because it involves money. And then why and how phishing happen? Actually, everyone can get phishing if they are negligent and then lost focus when using the smartphone. Why like that? Because, for a small example, if we are using a smartphone, like we are open the Instagram, open the Facebook, open TikTok, open WhatsApp especially, and every single day, and then it could be like the actor phishing spreading the link on your smartphone, and then you accidentally click the link, so you can get phishing. So be careful about this phishing if you don't want to get hit too. So how to avoid and reduce this phishing? For the first one, you should be routinely checking your gadget or smartphone security. So phishing is a crime that can attack all applications, as I mentioned before, Instagram, Facebook, like that, and etc. So including mobile banking. So if we like to store information in gadget, for example in your note on your smartphone, your data will also be hacked. And then for the check on the gadget regularly, check application user history, stream the files, and then gadget transfer to whenever you have a spare moment, you have time for to do that. And then for the second one, store login information carefully. The next tip for avoiding phishing is store login carefully, because we often leave our login info a random place. For example, we put in the computer or other people's cell phones, and then you should avoid this if you don't want to become a victim of phishing. As well as carefully storing login info, be sure to always use a unique password. For example, use a number on your password, or don't put an easy password like your birthday or just your name like that, so anyone can, especially out of phishing, can be easily to get your data. And then if you are afraid of having trouble of this phishing, you can write it down in your personal note like a paper, but remember, you put that paper in the right place, and then you can remember that. And then the third one, not following suspicious email, text or message or telephone instruction. So this is the next tip for avoiding the phishing. And then in a day, maybe you might be receive more than a few phishing attacks, but you don't know that. Why like that? Because if the suspicious senders share the link, and then unfortunately you click the link, or you receive the message or telephone, and then you pick up the telephone, and then you can be the victim of phishing. And then for the fourth is beware of receiving unknown calls. This tip is like avoiding phishing is not accept stranger calls. Even you have to accept. For the first, you listen to what the stranger wants, what the stranger talking about. If the stranger talking about or request to you give your money or your password like that, something like that, don't do that. You can, maybe the solution, you can ask the real account, like if you receive the message from the marketplace, for example the Shopee, and then this message send like, oh, you get rewards on Shopee, and then this phishing actor request to you send the code on your smartphone, so you just do asking for the real account of the marketplace. So that can be the solution, and then the bank account is sent to. For the 5 is it's not easy to be tempted by gift offered by email or text message. So the parent is usually do that, because apart from being wary of receiving calls, you should also not be easily tempted by gift from emails or text message. As I mentioned before, most of such gifts are just like tempted. It's getting billions in price, so that is impossible, right? So you will actually lose a lot of valuable data, including account data, if you do that. So don't do that. So for the last one, and then the last important thing is a communication. Communication is the most important thing in reducing phishing. Why that? Because phishing will help you spread the word about how dangerous phishing. You can share, maybe you have hear about phishing, like now I share to you about phishing. You can share what I talking here to anyone else. Or you is a victim of phishing, you can share to your family or other. So that can be helpful for anyone, any else. That can be helpful, trust me. And then if you share about the phishing of any else, so the anyone or your family can be diligent to this phishing. So that can be easy for anyone to avoid this phishing. And then if you have experienced or heard of other people experiencing this phishing, try to share it because it might be useful for others. Remember the information that I convey. Thank you for paying close attention. I hope you guys can benefit from what I said. And then thank you and see you next time. Om Santi 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 Om. Goodbye.